Welcome to CathyDslayt's SRC4U Zoom call for February 1st, 2021. To access Cathy's Zoom call for the SRC4U software, where it says click here and remember this password. We'll allow. Type in the passcode, and the hostess will be with us shortly. Cathy has opened up the Zoom call room, and we will join her without video. Join with audio.
Tell you, he's a blessing, and I'll have to write a fractal fairy tale about this at some point because the synchronicities that led up to this were so amazing. And Dr. Percy said, you got to write this up. I said, well, people will think I'm crazy. And then we both realized it's too late for that word.
Or just not to worry about it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's
Anyway, I want to show you something different today. And Mary was kind enough to put something into Excel spreadsheet form, and I want to send it to you after this call. So I thought, well, let me start our energy group first, and then go forward, show you where we are with that, and then I'm going to show you something a little different that you may be able to use. I don't think it's something you could use for a group, but for an individual, but it could be significant. So for our group, we also wanted to include our homes and our vehicles today, and I'm really enjoying doing that scan to see what else we need to include, and you know, you may add some different things, but this was interesting for today. We wanted the short clearing, and so you can see where we were. We wanted higher consciousness. We've got the energy of higher consciousness, so there's our cocktail. And then I added, I'll show you here. This is the day we do our grab-a-voy. And you can see our top, but I don't want to say, I just, forms of stress. We want to align our chakras. Anytime you see something physical, remember this is all etheric. So this is extremely proactive. Boost circulation, nervous system, transmutation of existing limitations. We are taking some nutrition, unification of creative forces, strong sense of awareness. These are the lower numbers. I'll send these out again to you today like we did last week. Let the power in your hands be released in my life. That's Bible verse. Cold. I'm seeing cold come up a lot for different things. So I'll probably have to look at that. Anyway, so I will send these out again like we did before. But then this is our, at this moment in time, the yin organs are in disharmony. And our top choice is infection, so we're going to be focused on that throughout the day. Lungs. This reaction formation is kind of tied in with seeing what you think you're going to see. And we're conditioned for that. And then again, look at the stress point, eyes. I don't know what this is about. I like to reminisce with people I don't know. Wine, relaxation, wood attunement, which is liver, gallbladder. And as you know, we can pretty much go down these first two panels and get our information. So our biggest stress today at this moment in time seems to be confliction. Let's just see. No, we don't want, so I'll let you know what the Pro Tool is for that. Let's see if it might be lungs. Nope. Okay, so we want to focus on infection, so that's what we'll do. Just look real quickly. Let's see where we're going with that. We'll come back. Anyway, Dr. Kersey had sent, this, we mentioned this already, information, radionics, and what he's kind of come to the conclusion is that the SRC can be as powerful as a radionics device, and he has an SRC now, and he uses it, and he actually seems to use it in place of his radionics very often. And when he received just the information on the Malcolm Ray, which we still need to figure out, if you haven't found it online yourself, we need to figure out how to get it downloaded into all our software. But he then sent me this list of David Slater frequencies, and thanks to Mary, she fixed it so we can actually do an Excel spreadsheet. And so, because for most of us, that's the way we're going to get information. So I got to wondering.
Can we put this on
I got to wondering if when you had a situation, this is all etheric, obviously, but when you had a situation that you just couldn't get an answer for, is it possible this could be worked with? So we have a volunteer. This is a person in the group. They can't be with us today on the Zoom call, but this person has the best health habits I know of, and has for years, but her blood pressure doesn't go down, and she's done the medical, she's done the alternative, her diet is pristine, etc. And so what I started doing is going through the group and testing different people to see what the benefit would be of this scan. And so when I got to this person, it was 99% benefit. We're just gonna, I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. This is highlighted. I'll send it to you right after the call. And what we're gonna do, I'm just putting some initials, and let's just keep it simple. We don't have to go into everything we usually do.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's good.
Yeah, well, see, and since this person's in the group, they've already got their clearing and etc. going, so we're just optimizing. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it, and Dr. Kersey says these are very effective. I mean, obviously, you're also going to get some hints and maybe do some other things along with this, but let's just see. What we're going to do is put in the theme, high blood pressure. And then let's go ahead. And as you know, the more you do something, the more ideas you get about how to do it more efficiently. I haven't gotten much of those ideas yet, so I'm going to show you the way I'm doing it and go from there.
Cathy, you are amazing, period. End of story.
I don't think so, but there's so much out here. You know, we're just surrounded by information, and you get excited when you realize we do have access.
Absolutely.
Well, this is a fairly significant. I have to confess, I spent over a week trying to list each name, thinking that's what I had to do, and had no idea that we could actually just scan the list. And so, oh dear. But anyway, this is quite a long list. And I don't know if I told you this part or not, but the one man who I did this for first had the situation. He's in his 60s and he can't use his hands, which is devastating. His wife has to dress him. His thymus, it has gone crazy. Pancreas, they're wanting to give him chemo for this.
Oh God!
And so what happened is, of course, I did this on him first. And what was interesting, these are people I don't know personally. And I had no idea that he worked with chemicals for years. And in fact, apparently his wife said she would get in his car and say, you got to do something about this. But I didn't know this. This came up and said he had severe neurotoxicity. And what it had done is actually caused the thymus to start to deteriorate. Of course, remember, this is all etheric. We can rebuild. And then also it went to the pancreas, which is what they're working on now. And the thing of it is, I said, well, you can run it by your doctor. Just don't tell him anybody did a scan, because, you know, you can get in trouble for that kind of thing. We don't want to take any step in that direction.
Right.
So you have to really stress with people, this is just information.
So, how did you get all this now?
Dr. Kersey sent it. And he's been so, I'm trying to get him on the Zoom calls, and I know we will get him on the Zoom calls. I just need to remind him. And, but Dr. Kersey, he's, as far as I'm concerned, I can say this because he's not here, he's a genius. And he has given us so much information. Once he got involved with the SRC, the first thing he said when he saw it is, this is a platform for anything you could ever want to do.
Wow.
And he pointed out, he's the one that pointed out so many things to me that I wouldn't have known. And then once you get started, once you get that little, idea and you get to playing with it, it is what he said was true.
Is it possible for us to get this?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to send it to you right after the call.
Beautiful.
Now, I do have a session at 11, so if I don't get it out right away, then it will be after that, but it'll be today. You know, and I have to actually...
Beautiful. Yes, I'd like to get that information.
Yeah, this, and just, I would say just, play with it. Just see what happens, and be prepared that some pretty weird things come up, but that this is etheric. And I had another lady who has some very strange things growing on her back, and she's very worried about it. And we did this, and what it actually came up with is lungs, and she did last year, towards the end of the year, have a terrible, I won't say because it's a small world, but a terrible, terrible loss. And the lungs and the large intestine and the skin are energy partners. So it looks like the skin could actually be giving the lungs some energy. What will happen if the lungs or the large intestine are in a weakened state, they may actually take some energy from the skin. So we'll see what happens. She's got information. Now, these are all radionics rates. So, these are formulas that you could actually, and maybe we'll get Dr. Kersey on a call just to explain this. It might be that you could send this to the water and make some formulas. And so for today, we're just getting started. Yeah, I'm thinking it is. And like I say, Dr. Kersey says these are very effective. So what we're going to do is just start out and get some information.
So we'll get this on ours, right?
Correct. Well, you'll have the list. It won't be downloaded.
Oh,
but
okay,
you'll have the list to scan, yeah. So let's just take them. Now, what I ended up doing is I'm just going in to, let's just get this out. And again, there may very well be a better way, but this is the first thing. We're speaking in reference to high blood pressure that just nothing seems to help. And so we see the first thing that comes up, that it may be related to a virus. And so let's just go ahead and test this. And this is all I'm doing. You'll have your own ways.
You know, Cathy, I have a person I'm working with sciatica nerve. I've been working with them now for over a month, and nothing seems to be happening.
This may be something that'll give you some interesting information. Now, for me, when I see a lower number there, I'm not going to send that frequency because I'm looking for a 70 or higher, but you'll have your own way. But we do see something in reference to a virus, and it says this is not the flu, and but even their version of polio meningitis, this does not appear to be something that a remedy in this case for this person, but you got a little clue there. You could go in and say virus is root source cause of high blood pressure. And that would be a negative thing. No, it's not, so we can still go up. Let's go in the Gong and put stress related. Like I said, I don't know how this will turn out, but
I don't have to have that.
oh yeah, you definitely have it. And let's see this next one. This is for the adrenal, pituitary, and hypothalamus exhaustion, and so that makes sense to me. Let's look and see. Oops, I need to do it that way. Again, that's not really it. This has been, it'll be interesting to see how this works out, because this has been one of the toughest I've ever seen. And this person has her own, energetic equipment, etc. So we'll see what we get here. This again is the adrenal medulla.
Did you do that first one up there?
What first one?
When you go back to the list, I'll show you.
Oh, okay, yeah, the very first one is not actually the first one. I'll show you.
Okay.
Yeah. But we could still do it. You never know. There's no logic. It's kind of funny. I read somewhere anybody that understands quantum physics definitely doesn't understand it.
Yeah.
And so anyway, this again, we're still not getting answers. Let's look at that first one. That has you didn't see it, but it's got a real high number for some reason. When you do the scan, it
got
does
it.
But you know what? There are no accidents. Let's try it. We're sure not making any progress the other way. This is in reference to a pesticide.
Is this blood pressure thing a new thing for this person?
No. She's gone through this for years and years and years. And she's not overweight. Her health is ideal. That's not it. She doesn't eat, for example, a speck of sugar. I've had times I've told her go out and get herself a Burger King Whopper, but she absolutely. Did we do this one, adrenal enzyme? We did, yeah. So look at this. Look at this next one. Anger. And let's see about that one. I'm just now noticing it. And if that were the case, this certainly would be a surprise. Let's look. And I'm putting, of course, a good thing because the remedy would be a good thing. No, that's not it. That would not have seemed to be it for her.
Did you put it down as a good thing?
Well, the remedy is a good thing.
Oh.
We want to see, and this may probably, this will refine itself as we go, but right now, this is the way I'm doing it. But yeah, the remedy is a good thing. The problem isn't a good thing, although in terms of quantum, it would be, because there'd be a lesson in it, but that doesn't always seem to be that great. So okay, no.
No, that's one thing I have a question on. When it comes to making a selection on the dowsing, whether it's a good thing or a negative thing, I guess I'm running into a little situation with that, because if a person has, like, let's say I'm going to check out their neck. I have one person I'm working with has a fractured neck. So when I put that on there, I just put the neck. I just put neck on there, and it'll come up either good or negative. So what do I do? Put good on there?
Well, if you're I would put stress related to neck, and then I'd put that as a negative thing. But that negative versus good is a challenge for all of us at times. But that's what I would do for that. Stress related, like sciatic, stress related to sciatic, and that would be a negative thing. Or if you're looking for the reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That explains it.
Yeah, but that negative versus positive is a challenge. Oh, now here's an actual blood pressure formula. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Yeah.
Yay! Look at that. There we go. There we go.
Wow.
So we've got. Let's look at that closer now. Where'd it go? All right. So this is a block in the corpus. How do you say that? Callosum.
Blossom.
Yeah, that makes blood vessels swell because of nerve interruption. So let's see. First of all, let's just put this in the Pro Tools. You don't have to have the Pro Tools, but if you have them, why not use them?
Right.
And I'm just going to play while we're waiting for the Pro Tool selector. Let's just go ahead and douse this in. And let's see if the charger, that won't come up in the Pro Tools. No, it doesn't appear. Let's just look at Shin. Oh, look at that. So let's just put it in the Shin. Sometimes that is not what we want. Okay.
Oh, you just put that in the Shin tool?
Yeah, the Shin can be very powerful, so we sure did.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that too.
Yeah, because the Shin is going to send the information for up to 24 hours. Okay, so now we have quite a bit of information here in reference to this situation. We can do the field generator, acupuncture, elemental, the QiGong, and issue solver. So we've got quite a selection here. Interestingly enough, for field generator, just for the heck of it, since we know there are emotions involved in all of this, let's just do a scan and see if anything in particular comes up. She may not want a field, or it may not be the best to have a field around her of that formula. In other words, let's see if there's anything here to give us a clue. right, so we want a couple of things. I had at one point added a lot of nutrition in here, because now I've taken that out, but this still came up. We've got the Golden Age paradigm through divine love. Let's just see how that resonates. Maybe if we got to the Golden Age, that would take our blood pressure down. Through self-worth. It's a little higher, still not quite there. This isn't interesting, except what cannot be changed. And I don't think this would be in reference to the blood pressure. Let's just look and see. Okay, no. So you might have to go down here. Let's do this neutralized media stimulation for violence. So in other words, just the scan gives you a little information, but go on down and just check and see what's going to have the biggest. No. So anyway, keep going down. Let's just pick one if we can. Let's look at this armor mantra, just for the heck of it. Is it possible she's getting some negative energy that is contributing to this?
What is that armor? Vera armor.
You got me. It's just something I stumbled across years ago.
Got it.
Good. So I added it.
Got it.
And here's another one that's interesting. This is block hyperdimensional attack. Still not there. So like I said, this has always been a challenge. I'll let you know tomorrow. I'm just going to look. Let's just look at perfect love. It seems like that would just about cancel out anything that was of stress. All right, let's do it.
You get a lot of feedback from the people that you work with?
Yeah, now I didn't used to, but now I do, because I asked for it.
I hardly get any at all. I mean, then I got to write back to them and say, are you doing all right?
Yep. Yeah, I ask for it now because we have to know if we're on the right track.
Absolutely.
If she's going for 10 hours with this, and we're running out of time, this image of perfect love. And so what'll happen between today and tomorrow, I'll go down and do the rest of these. And then that's an example right there, Ron, a good example. She'll have to let us know, won't she? She takes her blood pressure every day. And she really doesn't care if we all know who she is or not, but I suggested she not do that. But she takes her blood pressure every day. I'll do these things. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
good.
If
So
she takes
anyway-
blood pressure every day, Cathy, she might want to even check the device. Sometimes that goes bad, whether it's, the ball, the cup, stuff like that.
Yep. That's
Because I ran into that. I ran into that just recently, about a month ago. And my device wasn't working right. I went out and bought a brand new one.
Well, in her case, she has been to the doctor a number of times too, though, over this, because it's been very high. and it does, check out that it is. But yeah, I'll say that. I'll mention that to her.
And find out what times that she's taking that. She needs to kind
Okay.
of pay attention to the timing as well.
Okay, I will. She's pretty structured. My guess is, and she might come on the call and explain it all to us, but she really doesn't have a problem with us discussing it. Although I did alter her initials a little bit from a first name she doesn't use much. So, but she said she really doesn't care. It's okay. But we'll go from there and see what happens next.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's great. Thanks, Cathy.
Have a good one, everybody.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You too,
Bye.
Cathy. Thank you.
Mm.
This concludes the Energy Group on the SRC4U Zoom call for February 1st, 2021. We look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care and be well.